And greetings once again from our Temecula studios. The Minnesota Timberwolves cruised to a convincing 125-106 victory over the Brooklyn Nets, showcasing an offensive performance that left the Nets scrambling on both ends of the floor. Welcome to the Hardwood Report. I'm Ryder Bullock. Minnesota displayed remarkable efficiency, shooting 56.4% from the field, including 40% from three-point range. In contrast, Brooklyn struggled to find consistent rhythm, connecting on just 40.4% of their shots and 30% from beyond the arc. The Timberwolves controlled the pace of the game, converting turnovers into 16 points and outpacing Brooklyn 17-6 in fast break points, which quickly built a moment, and the Nets were never able to regain. Rebounding proved to be another decisive factor, with Minnesota pulling down 53 boards overall compared to Brooklyn's 40, while the Nets had a slight edge on the offensive glass, collecting 18 second chance opportunities. Minnesota dominated defensively with 39 rebounds, effectively eliminating Brooklyn's second chance points to just 14. The Timberwolves also imposed their will inside, scoring 56 points in the paint, a clear indication of their ability to attack the basket with efficiency. Brooklyn, on the other hand, managed only 34 points inside the paint, illustrating their difficulties in establishing the dominance around the rim. Minnesota's balanced attack, combined with solid ball movement, resulted in 33 assists, highlighting a cohesive offensive game that left the Nets' defense vulnerable throughout the night. Turning to individual performances, Delaware's Dante DiVincenzo led the Timberwolves in a stat-stuffing effort, contributing 28 points on 8 of 17 shooting and adding 8 rebounds along with 6 assists. DiVincenzo's versatility and ability to score, rebound, and facilitate played a critical role in keeping Minnesota in control of the game from start to finish. For Brooklyn, Cameron Thomas tried to shoulder the scoring load, also finishing with 25 points on 10 of 24 shooting and collecting 10 rebounds, but he lacked consistent support from his teammates. Despite Thomas's efforts, the Nets could never close the gap as Minnesota's defensive schemes and efficient offensive execution proved too much to overcome. The turnover battle also favored Minnesota in terms of impact. Even though the Nets committed fewer miscues overall, Minnesota's 17 turnovers led to 16 points, and that's a manageable total given their shooting efficiency and control of the boards. Meanwhile, Brooklyn's 12 turnovers resulted in 14 points for the Timberwolves, further amplifying the gap between the two teams. Steals and blocks were relatively even, but the Timberwolves' ability to convert defensive stops into high-quality scoring opportunities underscored the difference between the teams on this night. And Minnesota's largest lead reached 22 points, a margin that reflected both their offensive firepower and defensive discipline, while Brooklyn's largest lead of just 7 points highlighted how difficult it was for them to gain traction in this contest. In summary, the Timberwolves delivered a complete performance on both ends of the floor. They shot efficient, moved the ball effectively, controlled the glass, converted fast break opportunities, all while limiting Brooklyn's scoring chances and second chance points. DiVincenzo's all-around effort symbolized the Timberwolves' balanced attack, while the Nets struggled to keep pace despite Cameron Thomas's scoring. And Minnesota's dominance in the paint and their ability to maintain consistent leads throughout the game left no doubt about the outcome. The win only highlights Minnesota's offensive capabilities, but also reinforces their defensive discipline, signaling that they are a team capable of sustaining this level of performance as the season progresses. Take you around the league earlier tonight in Indianapolis. The Bucks got it done, 117-115 against the Pacers. Giannis Antetokounmpo had 33 points and 13 rebounds. Wizards taking on the Knicks in the Garden. Knicks get it done, 119-102. Karl Anthony Towns had 33 points and 13 rebounds. Games going on right now. Mavericks taking on the Rockets. Start of the fourth quarter. Rockets lead at 83-78. Thompson has 22 points. Pistons taking on the Grizzlies in Memphis. 9:05 left to play in the fourth. Pistons have it 90-81. Stewart has 20 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. Kings and Nuggets are at halftime. The Nuggets lead it in Denver 72-63. The Joker has 18 points and 6 assists. Game just wrapping up. Jazz taking on the Celtics. The Utah Jazz win at 105-103, but there is a challenge. And so this game might be going into extra time. But right now, Brown has 36 points. George has 31 for Utah, 105-103. Time has expired in regulation, but there is a coach's challenge. Games still to come. The Lakers and the Trailblazers, that's what will follow us. And we are heading into the Mazda Center in Portland. And let me tell you, this one just got a whole lot more interesting and complicated for the Lakers. Los Angeles is going to be without Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves tonight. Doncic is out for injury management with a lower left leg contusion, and Reeves is sidelined with a right groin soreness. That's huge. Those two have been the engine of LA's offense, and now the Lakers are going to have to rely on role players and their depth to keep their 3-game win streak alive. And it doesn't stop there, right? LeBron James is out. Thero is out. Gabe Vincent also out. And compounding LA's injury issues, Ayton is questionable with the back spasms that kept him out against Miami on Sunday. So if Ayton can't go, expect Jackson Hayes to side into the starting lineup and carry a big role inside. Maxi Kleber is also questionable with an abdominal strain, but if he suits up, that could be a huge lift for this shorthanded Lakers squad. Portland isn't exactly at full strength either, but they're in better shape than LA. Sharp is probable after dealing with the left calf soreness. He played through the injury on Friday against Denver and should be available tonight. Thalbull remains out. Weasley is sidelined with a right foot fracture. And, of course, Damian Lillard and Scott Henderson are still out, leaving the Blazers to rely on their young athletic core and veterans like Jamari Grant and Denny Avaja. So here's what you need to know as we head into tip-off. Records and context. Los Angeles sits at 5-2, third in the Western Conference, riding a 3-game win streak. Portland is 4-2, fourth in the West. The teams split their early season series, with Portland winning the first matchup 122-108. Front court battles with Doncic and Reeves and potentially Ayton out. The Lakers will need Hayes, Kleber, and Lariva to carry the scoring load and dominate the boards. For Portland, Klingon, Camera, and Grant will need to exploit the mismatches inside. Keys to the game: Lakers' depth and health. Who suits up? You name it, right? Ayton, Kleber, and Hayes will define the interior game and rebounding. Portland's perimeter and transition play. Sharp's availability will be key, as Portland's ability to force turnovers and push the pace. Bench points. Right? In production, LA's thin. Their role players will need to step up. Portland's bench will also be crucial with multiple stars out. And then the revenge factor. LA wants to pay back from that blowout 2 weeks ago. But where their stats, right? This is the stats, the sidelines. This will be a test of grit and coaching. Tonight's pick and play, I like the Blazers to win this. LA's injuries is just too much to overcome tonight in Portland. I pick the Blazers. I will take the Blazers at 3.5. With Doncic and Reeves out, LA simply doesn't have the firepower to hang with Portland at full strength. The Lakers will need to get production from unexpected sources, right? Lariva, Hayes, Kleber, and maybe even young guards to stay competitive. I don't think they do that. Ricardo Sandoval says the Lakers streak is in jeopardy. I agree with him. With Doncic, Reeves, and LeBron out, right? And Portland with Sharp is probable, but the athletic and motivation should push the pace to exploit LA's injury-depleted roster. That will do it. We'll see you at halftime.